And it's a beautiful day to have a beautiful day. DM on this beautiful day. Good morning to Web3 with Barocco, Seth, and Mando. Tune in live at 10:30, and it's all on Rock Radio. It's a beautiful day. Have a beautiful day. DM Rock Radio.
Yo, 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 yo. What up, what up? Good morning, GM. Ovi gets hyped up now when I say that. I love that. Thursday, March 23rd, 2023. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. The sun is reverse shining in Montreal. There's freezing rain warnings. I haven't seen the sun in days. I'm just kidding. It was sunny yesterday, but look at this guy, Mando. This is your partner?
I just don't really know. Like, well, why does he choose the moment at the start of the show? He's just gonna down a Magnum ice cream.
He's like sucking on the wooden part like a madman. As the show starts, it's the OSF eating that popsicle like he just left the RLD. Absolutely, but Mando,
he's able to do what he likes. Like, you would not know this. Actually, you might know. So me and Ovi decided that we're also gonna get like get fit this year. Like, this is the year where we've just turned around our life.
Let's go.
And we were like, oh, we've got ourselves the same set of scales, and we were gonna test each other out for the whole year. Ovi is 10% body fat.
What?
10.4.
You're 10%. No, dude, I saw you with your shirt off showing us that red eye tattoo. There's no chance you're 10%.
That's what I said.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say, man?
No one believes it.
Look, you're little shorter than me. So I know kind of like we're almost the same height, and I feel like we're almost the same weight. I don't know, maybe we're not, but like I've seen your tats, and there's no chance you're 10%. You're maybe like 15 and a half. I'll give you that, because I'm like 17 to 19, which is a little high, but there's no chance you're like 10.
So numbers don't lie, man.
I did it. I came up like 16 and a half, 17 now, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna try and get 10 by the end of the year. Ovi's scales came late. He clocked in at 10 and a half. I was like, what?
There's no chance. I want a recount. I demand a recount.
I can send you this. I've been doing it every day. I've been ranging.
Doing it every day.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That's impressive.
Massive as legs, it seems.
Is it?
I mean, imagine being 10% body fat and still looking like me. Like,
wait.
Well, you know what I mean?
You're gonna talk on yourself then. But Ovi, I have a question. So, how much do you weigh?
I weigh 67 kilos. 67.9 actually. 68.
67.9. Okay. So you're 68.
My target of 69.
So you're 60. So
I'm 5'6".
Wow, that's huge. That's
heavy.
Okay, no, I get it. Okay, so I'm about 10 pounds higher than you. I'm 160-ish pounds, 162, I would say, lips to kilo. So that's.
Let me bring up some pictures of 10% body fat though, and
yeah, like hold on, man with 10% body fat. We're gonna put this into ChatGPT. I'm kidding. We're gonna put this into Google. So if I put men with 10% body fat on Google, this is what I get. And I don't mean to be rude, but like
that's basically me, right?
There's like look from 15%. So that's 15%.
Yeah. Yeah. Look how shredded these guys are.
That was my transformation. Yeah.
Ovi, get up and get your shirt off.
You decided it's from the waist down.
So my legs are ripped, man.
It's the legs.
Oh, he must have a ripped.
Yeah.
Third leg. Yeah.
Down.
Everything right down.
I mean, dude, you must have insane. I mean, remind me in New York to see your legs. Yeah, no,
I mean that. All right, you're gonna be disappointed.
We're starting a new thing called Only Rect, and you can use your RUG token, as a matter of fact, to exchange it for photos of Ovi and a couple stubs if you burn them. Like rumor has it that when Ovi's weeks comes up to be a stubs artist, you may get some extra if you burn extra stubs.
Bringing some utility to stubs.
Yeah, we're bringing some IRL utility to stubs. Makes you feel all sorts of way emotionally. Okay. I did not expect starting the show this morning talking about my co-host and friend's body like that. But you know what?
You want to be involved, Farokh? I'm trying to get down to 10%. Ovi's now trying to get down to 5.
Funny you say that. Because this morning I woke up. This morning I woke up, I was like, fuck, I'm going to the gym. And I actually went. And I realized this morning I'm like, I'm not like unhealthy, but I was just unfit because I was doing a workout that I used to do every morning, like 5 days a week. And it used to be like nothing, like butter, go in and out. And this morning I was like, oh, damn, I'm tired, And so I definitely feel that, but I've been keeping the same weight. I'm eating mad healthy. So I'm down to join the challenge. You let me know. Let's sign up. We'll do a little GM Web 3 challenge.
We'll get you the scales that we're using. We're using, what we're using? Like Withings, I think is the scale.
I have a scale. I have a like really smart scale with the app thingy. Like I showed you, like I have the whole thing. My girlfriend's like super into that stuff. So yeah. I have.
You might have it. Like I think Withings is like the #1 scale.
Pretty sure I have the
so if anyone else as well wants to do it with us, we're trying to get.
Camilla said if Farokh cuts his hair, he goes to 5% body fat real fast. I swear to God, I have a theory that my hair is messing me up. Also, it's like high velocity workouts and stuff like that. It's like adds up like this weight on top of my head and everything. Yeah. Speaking of body and earlobes, do you guys find that these headphones are starting to like hurt you a little bit on this side of the ear? Yeah. Okay.
My lobes are made of metal.
Because I wear them like 10 hours a day because I like after the show I have like usually back-to-back meetings until like 6 p.m. and then I have another night show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays usually. So like it does it. I don't know about you guys, but like my lobes have been like I need to hydrate those lobes for sure. Anyways, okay, so yeah, today's anatomy class, anatomy. Yeah. And thank you.
Come on, that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
Today's anatomy class is presented to you by Research MD, Rug Radio's development, vertical and human research and body fat. So, but for real, send me the scale thingy. I'm in. Let's go. I'm in because I need to hold myself accountable and I need to like have like buddies and you guys are it. And I want to work out every like 3 times a week before the show. If I could, that would be great. Because then like you got your blood pumping, you got even more energy that I need, of course.
We can get the audience to judge it at the end of the year.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. We could. I mean, we could, like at the end of next quarter, we could do next Q2 challenge. We could start April 1st. And then we could have we could start. We got it started. You guys start. You guys have a head start. You have a massive head start because you run like marathons on the fucking daily basis. So,
but I'm nowhere near Ovi, right? Like I'm still above 15.
Okay, Ovi, give me at least a flex. Like, give me a.
It's bad lighting, all right? Let me go this side. This I'm trying to catch the light here.
Oh my god, that's 10% right there. That's goals. That's fucking goals.
I mean, I'm like 20%.
I want to see what it is from the waist down.
Oh my god, bro, I'm dying. Okay, so anyways, today on the show, today, DGen's NFT market report, macro, biggest FOMC in 12 months yesterday. NFTs still down bad. And what do we usually talk about? Crypto, macro, NFT. Sorry, this whole body conversation has been completely messed up. Post-FOMC, now what? SEC issues Wells notice to Coinbase and Coinbase responds. Actually, like, what a response by Brian Armstrong and his team at Coinbase. So we're going to talk about that. Then on top of this, overnight, we got news from Paris Blockchain Week. Reddit CEO announced Reddit marketplace for NFTs. In my opinion, pretty big deal. We're going to chat about that. And there's also the other side. Other side named their 14 captains for the upcoming second trip. And on top of that, also Matt Medved's coming in like 20 minutes to talk to us about the NFT Now Pass that's dropping today, I believe. Obviously, want to show some love to other media brands in the space. We have Nifty Portal on Monday. Matt Medved is coming on today, so obviously want to show love to them and what they're doing as usual. And then, of course, we have today's partner of the show, Joker Club Spirits. So the boys are going to come and chat about their project as well. So packed show today as usual. And without further ado, let's get right into it.
Daily Market Report, brought to you by Rug Radio. Joseph, what's the word?
Hey guys, yeah. So the biggest news really was one of the most important Feds we've seen, not only in my lifetime but in the lifetime of many people and many market participants out there. Something that I think really changed the way we'll not only look at markets but ourselves. The takeaway from it, I don't really know what to say. Like, the whole thing was kind of like a complete mess. I would say, one thing that Powell omitted from the press conference was that they will continue to raise rates as they see fit. That's something that was always included at the end of every press conference. That was omitted this time. So that kind of plays in to the idea that the Fed's at their terminal rate or close to their terminal rate. And so maybe there's the expectation for one more 25 basis point hike or maybe even no more hikes. But we kind of already knew that already. But I think there was some concern with some of the inflation data that we'd seen and some of the labor market data that we'd seen that the Fed could come and say, oh, actually, inflation is still really bad. We need to raise rates even further. And he didn't say that. So that, I think, is a positive. The question is, of course, had we not had all these banking failures, would he have said that? And I think the answer is we're not sure. In response to what's been happening in the banking world, Powell says it's now contained, and the US banking market is in a healthy situation right now, which I think is, I don't know, I guess it's kind of like ignoring the fact that they hadn't made a huge oversight or just trying to calm people. I'm not really sure, but that's what they said about that. So I think markets sold off because there was maybe some hope or expectation that the press conference itself would be more dovish and that he would be a bit more clear about, like, oh, we may need to cut this year because of what happened, or we may need to think about changing our plan. And he didn't really say any of that. He said, we're still committed to bringing inflation down to 2%. We'll use all the tools necessary. And that was that. So I think we sold off on the disappointment of that. But to be honest with you, traditional markets have rallied back since. Like the S&P 500 and NASDAQ are actually now higher than where they were yesterday, even before. Maybe not quite so high. They're still below 4K, but we've reversed.
We went down. We're back to where we were, basically.
Yeah, we've reversed all losses.
Sounds like 1715 and went right back to 1750. Where we're at now.
Yeah,
that's what
ETH
happened.
is off. Yeah, ETH and Bitcoin are still off because Bitcoin was at 28.5, 29 almost, right? And back down to 27.
Right as it was announced. Yeah, it went up
to
that level. Yeah.
So this is what happened yesterday, right? If I go on, you want me to check what daily for that?
I just on the show yesterday, ETH was at 1785. Now it's at 1750 or 1760 roughly, or 1755, right? So it's like moved like 2%. I would agree with what Ovi's saying though. He was kind of all over the place. Like he eared between, oh, maybe I'll be a bit dovish, but maybe I'll be a bit hawkish, maybe be a bit dovish, and I think that just points to the idea that they don't really know what they're doing right now. Like it's very dependent on what happens. What a lot of people missed is right as he was talking, Janet Yellen did another speech, basically saying that they were not looking at a blanket insurance of bank deposits. Now, Yellen had indicated just 24 hours before that maybe they would look at that. And as soon as she said that, the market dumped. So it was very, very difficult to work out if it was something that Powell said or it's something that Yellen said.
Just keep talking.
The banking index in particular, the regional banking index, was why do you say wow?
Just keep talking. Just literally keep talking. This is the 15-minute. Just keep going. Just keep going.
Right. Nice.
Keep going. This is since the show started, since you started talking.
So basically he's back to unchanged. Yeah, she said there wasn't going to be a blanket, and then what you saw on the back of that was a bunch of the regional banks went down a lot.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of talk about First Republic right now. Remember, First Republic was half bailed out by basically a consortium of other major banks. They gave they basically provided like a deposit line from the other banks, but it's still looking like that probably won't be enough, and First Republic might go by the end of this week, which again makes you look at a bunch of other regional banks. And First Republic is even bigger than SVB. First Republic is, I think, maybe the 15th or 13th biggest bank in the world. So in the US. So these aren't small banks that are under threat. They're not necessarily even badly managed banks. Although obviously there's been some some talk of malpractice from SVP just in terms of their risk management, but I wouldn't say this is anywhere close to like what's happening in 08, for example. But yeah,
Treasury's Janet Yellen rains on Jay Powell's parade.
Exactly. She came in. She was basically talking just as Powell was talking, and she kind of walked back the idea that deposits would be insured, and that caused the banking index to go down a lot.
Yeah.
Again, I'll say it again, but it could be when things look so bad, they can look good again. So I think the idea that the banking index tanks actually makes everything else look slightly better because it indicates the Fed's going to have to step in and be more aggressive in its intervention. No one is believing that the Fed is done at 25 billion. If you speak to, they're like, well, there's going to be another bank that goes, and people will go after these banks as well actively because they know that the Fed's going to be tested there. There is a large short selling community, and also a large amount of bondholders, a large amount of equity holders that are very scared in bank stocks right now, given what's happened over the last couple of weeks. So this is not over by any means. We actually had not to shill another show, but we had Raoul Paul on the show.
No, it was a really good show. Of course,
yesterday on Rex Radio, and I would really recommend listening to that. He's
absolutely
a very good concept of what is going on. It's less doomsday his predictions than like Balaji's is. Balaji is basically saying that you're going to see the collapse of capitalism to a certain extent, and that's why Bitcoin rises in those sort of environments. Now, with the same bullish narrative that he thinks Bitcoin's going to go up, I think Raoul was basically saying that there will be enough intervention that everything is protected, and really everything is just linked to the balance, the size of the balance sheets of the central banks. And the moment the size of the central bank starts to go up, which it has over the last couple of weeks, everything starts to rip again. So if you were to filter down everything to one figure to look at, I think Raoul Paul is saying you should be looking at the size of the central bank's balance sheet, and that has suddenly shifted. And I kind of agree with that.
That was a good show.
Balaji is basically saying that the world's about to collapse on Bitcoin, which is slightly different. But linked.
They definitely have a different point of view. I mean, while you were talking, I mean, ETH went all the way to 1776. So thank you, Mando, for that. Definitely back to yesterday, biggest FOMC in 100 years. I heard it was big
until next month.
Dude, it was the biggest FOMC since like 1920. What is it? 1929. Big crack boursier. But yeah, it was a great show. It was definitely macro daddies all around. Minus Keyboard Monkey, who was busy chopping, drilling bids on Ether. Hopefully he did well. Godspeed. Always wish the homie the best when it comes to his trades. So that was crazy. That was some crazy. When you guys were talking about volatility yesterday, I was just sitting looking at it. Because I was really paying attention to the show yesterday. It was really good. I really enjoyed, by the way, the YouTube experience of Rec Radio. It just changes everything when you guys have the person on with you guys on here. So it was super fun to watch it. So I monitor on this, and the monitor watching the chart, and it was just crazy. It was just like, when you're looking at it from a 15-minute standpoint, it's enough to just make you like sick. And then you wake up the next day and you're like, oh wow, look at this, unchanged. It's just always funny to watch this happen. But yeah, great show. Definitely advise listening to it if you're already on YouTube. Just go on the Rug Radio account. It's already there. It was part of the live shows. And if not, then you can go check out the show from there he is, from Twitter Spaces, because it's recorded as usual. Okay, so that's about that. I mean, look, prices seems unchanged. If I'm sharing, let me share it quickly again, the prices of the coins. So we're looking at 27.6 Bitcoin, 1770 ETH. Obviously I think, that's the big stuff. I mean, Polygon still 112, Solana is above 20, it's $21. Yeah, that's about it. What's ApeCoin at these days? I'm curious about that, actually. The other side, second trip is
around 4. I mean, there's a big unlock there. There's been a lot of talk
about.
When
is that unlock? Because you guys talk about the unlock a lot, but do you know when exactly
it happened? It happened a few days ago.
It happened.
Yeah, it happened, I think, on the 18th, so 5 days ago. The other big unlock that people are talking about is on Ether.
Yeah.
So there is a I believe
Shanghai
one of the
upgrade.
big.
So when the next upgrade is complete, the staked ETH is expected to unlock to be accessible for the for once a protocol upgrades, all the staked ETH is going to be available for people. But I know that some people are like, I read about that. I think it was you guys. I sent that to. I sent that to someone, and then they told me. I'm pretty sure it was you, honestly, or I don't know, but it was someone telling me like, but these people are like so diamond handed ETH, like they've been staking it. That's like, it's not like they're looking to like dump it at $1,700. Like they understand its value.
I don't want to be one of those people that says, no, but this does feel like a sell the rumor, buy the news sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of ether, and this is ether staked. I think it's staked on the Beacon chain.
Tens of billions of dollars of ether,
which I think is, and it's something like $21 billion, which is about 10th of the market cap of Ethereum. So people are getting very, very scared. Lots of sensational headlines like, "Oh, everyone's going to dump the it all when it comes through," and all this sort of stuff. But I agree with what you're saying, Farouk. I think it's going to be one of those red herrings where it gets unlocked.
Yeah, look, you
Everyone
can
just
test
stakes
it
it for
out.
longer.
Test it out. You could sell before, and then like as soon as it, like if there's a dump, you just buy, and if worst case it's not a dump, just get back in. Maybe I'll take off some tiny bit just to test that theory out. But I don't know.
Well, I think that's what people have pointed to, the underperformance of Ether versus Bitcoin over the last week. Aside from the idea that Bitcoin is perhaps more akin to digital gold, even though arguably you have a decreasing supply now of Ether in the current burning environment.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of people have pointed to that, and I think that I don't know if that's been confirmed when it's going to be. That it was originally meant to be in March, so it could be by the end of this month. But again, it could be longer. You kind of hear about these things when they happen, rather than deadlines on these sort of things are always pushed.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it says so. I'll just read it. Ethereum 2 stakes to unlock after Shanghai allows withdrawals. The proof of stake Beacon chain activated on the Ethereum mainnet with the merge on September 15th, 2022. It originally ran on a parallel blockchain and had no role in securing Ethereum proof of work (POW), a blockchain that operated since 2015. Activating the Beacon chain switched Ethereum to a purely proof of stake algorithm, giving stakers a direct role in confirming transactions. So there's an unlock there. It is $21 billion, so over 15.9 million ETH to be precise, because price of ETH always changes a lot. So it's like 16 million ETH. Staked with Ethereum's proof of stake system. Additional ETH is voluntarily staked into the Beacon chain daily and cannot be withdrawn until Shanghai activates. So by the time March arrives, the Beacon chain will far exceed 16 million ETH. So it's above.
So it's even more. So it's like 25% of
correct. So that's what it says. I found this on protos.com, but like for anyone who's just curious, just like Google like Ethereum like unlock, and you'll find more. And yeah, definitely like someone's asking.
April 12th as well.
Yeah, someone's asking. So maybe we bring like Fubar or someone on closer to time and just to explain maybe more in detail. Beacon chain makes me remember when I tossed you guys a hospital pass on explaining to people on stage last year, like exactly what the Beacon chain was, and then you passed it to Ovi. Remember?
I explained it well.
You brought up Google. That was before ChatGPT as well. So he actually had to do the work of like actually distilling the article that he was reading to give the answer. It was impressive.
Dude, that was so funny. So that was good. By the way, 1783. So we definitely whenever this show starts, this is when like it starts. Like maybe, what I mean? Like this is when it's like it's funny, Listen, Nick and Pio, if you're listening, I'm seeing red candles during your show every morning. I'm seeing green candles during Gem Web 3. All right, you guys got to step it up. Okay, we got to work together. I've seen that famous video, "Pump It Up" from Nick Pio and the dog going crazy, and the kicks just like doing the thing. Like you got to actually come and pump it up with us. It's gonna be a teamwork for 3 hours straight. Anyways, all right. Well, also someone's asking about Arbitrum. I was looking to bring someone in. I asked Sobi because I know he's in whatever. Like he's got some friends over there and he knows a lot about it. Couldn't make it. They're all at NFTLA, so I definitely want to host something like to bring more knowledge about Arbitrum, the ecosystem, and everything. Maybe size chat to come talk about it. But do you guys know anything about today's like
this is the unlocks. So
today's the unlock, the airdrop, right? It's the biggest airdrop since uni, right?
There were some wild trades very early on Bybit. As far as I'm aware, the Arbitrum claim and maybe even the whole Arbitrum network essentially went
It
down.
It went down
during this claim period because there was just so much load on the network and on the actual website for the claim. So the timeline is full of frustrated people all trying to sell. It does seem to have stabilized. There were some early trades, I think around 14 on Bybit, which a lot of people were like laughing at because that's a very high market cap. That's
you're selling your ARB at 14. Good job.
140 billion, which would basically put it close to the market cap of Ethereum. But it's now just over 1, which is kind of what we said. I think on the show yesterday, I said I thought it would probably come in and around where Matic trades. That's over the maybe in 5-10 days. I have no idea over these first few days.
1800. Damn, just keep talking, baby. Yeah, you keep talking.
What's with these green candles?
Maybe everyone's selling their Arbitrum token to buy ETH. Maybe
this is GM Web 3. Look at the time. This is GM Web 3. This is Nifty Portal here. This is GM Web 3. Send that to the boys. Okay. I'm kidding. Play. I'm just playing. But so here it is. So the Arbitrum daily transaction count hits record high ahead of token airdrop. Arbitrum is decentralizing by launching its governance token ARB. So this is it. Total transactions as of Tuesday, March 23rd, 2023, that was 2 days ago, was 1.3 million. And so it says that the number of daily transactions on Arbitrum rose to a new record high of 1,300,000 on Wednesday, surpassing the previous peak of 1.1 mil reached on Feb 21st, according to the data source RBScan. But it's also, obviously, so that went down today, but it was quite the massive airdrop. I don't know about you guys. I was able to claim a total of 0 ARB, sadly. So I will be watching from the sidelines, but I will definitely be cheering on for everybody who has skin in that game.
1820 now.
What the?
Is there something out? Is there some news out?
Hold on. Is there something that we don't know? Maybe it's Matt joining us on stream. What's up, Matt? We got Matt in here. Let me bring him up. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's the fact we have Matt Medved on here with us. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, can you hear me? GM, causing all sorts of mayhem on this fine morning, right?
Dude, I mean, is there something that can't, look at this. This is wild. I mean, we're back to $1,800 Ethereum.
Well, just wait to 1900 on my screen.
What?
No.
I didn't. Just
okay. Yo, chill, bro. Yo, chill.
Bad guy.
Yo, that's insane. I heard people buying Ether to buy the Now Pass. That's what it is.
That's right. OpenSea just went down. Things are going crazy. Now Pass is just taking things out, out of orbit. It's all the horsemen of the apocalypse riding up at once, right?
That is what it is. That is what it is. I mean, speaking of NFTs, let's get right into that.
Let's go.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
I love watching Matt's face, thinking what the fuck is this music?
Yeah,
I'm enjoying this. This is fun. This is my first time on the video with you guys. It's a whole different ball game.
It's different vibe. It's more chilling, talking with the homies vibe. I like it a lot.
I love it. It's the smiles are infectious,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So, Mendo, what is happening?
I think we just need to take a moment, just a brief moment, pause of silence for NFT floor prices at the moment. It is.
Yeah, we do need a minute of silence for a minute of silence for NFTs.
It looks as though Bored Apes is having an increasing one moment, and my daughter is going nuts.
Even your daughter is having this moment for NFTs. She's
holding a big bag of other deed.
Yeah, you sold your apes and you dumped all your other deeds on your daughter's trust fund, and she's just yo.
It's not looking good out there, basically, particularly at the top. It's not looking good at the top, and there's two main reasons for that. Number one is there's been some very large sales on Blur. I think somebody hit another 10 Bored Apes into a bid wall this morning at 56. And now the bid wall is down 50, I think, ish on those. It looks like the Punk's bid wall is at 55. And remember, Machi owns 110 of those. So there's a lot of questions about whether he'll sell those. And that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing, because I think this now puts it into the territory of, right, maybe you buy some of those dips. But then there is all the Bendao stuff, which, you know, is always a non-event, but is definitely there. And Bendao, I mean, we remember being on the show 2 months ago. Bendao borrowing is at the highest level it ever was 2 months ago, and most of those loans are still outstanding. So it's there just could be a bit of a quite a lot of risk to clear here. And that's not trying to overly FUD it, but it just paints a picture of there are some extenuating circumstances which can be, and we've seen this before with Bored Apes. Remember when they went through something like this, they touched like 45, I think, and then they bounced back up. But you could see something like that where you see some volatile prices in some of these top ones, just as some of these auctions have to start clearing. But that is infecting a lot of floor prices. As I've said before, the Zuki seems to be the only one which is just rock solid around 13 to 15 at all times. Pudgy's is now down to 4.5, and then I guess everything else had more of a move beforehand. I think Doodles is now like hitting a lower bound, 3.5. Clonex similarly, Moonbird's at 3.5. So all of those are kind of still at 3.5. That's obviously down a lot, but it's at the top end. That stuff's starting to look a little bit ugly.
I mean, Wally tweeted that there's a Blurbit support is disappearing from most all mid-cap NFT collections. A single whale could dump the floor by 10 to 20%, and it's the three mid-caps. So it's like clones, birds, and pudgies. Maybe it's the same for Doodles. I don't know. I don't have the stat for that, but he shared for that. I mean, Fax is saying painful but necessary market reset. I'm not gonna lie, like I don't think he's wrong saying that as well. And on top of that, Matt, you are right. I mean, I thought you were joking, but OpenSea is down. I mean,
no, we were getting a lot of people being like, "Yo, what's going on? It hasn't, like, the nowpass hasn't appeared on my OpenSea yet," and we were like, "Yo, it's working for, oh shit!" And then the thing, we saw the bar at the top, and we were like, "Okay, cool. It's on their end, not ours," which is great.
We are experiencing issues with the third-party RPC provider. This is
of course.
You could probably see them on any other market, but it's funny. So I think that's your first NFT launch, right?
That's right. So of course, we would break OpenSea, right?
Yeah. So it's our launch. So the day we were supposed to reveal, we were supposed to launch, AWS went down in January 2022. So which caused OpenSea to be completely down for Rug Radio's launch as well. It's so
I like that. We're kindred spirits for Rogue. You know, like we can both check that off. We broke OpenSea with our launches.
Hell yeah, Rogue OpenSea. I mean, I guess the big thing happening in NFTs, you know, like because you know it's cool now that it's like quieter because you can. There's like more attention around like for you guys. I think it's a good thing that kind of the market's like quiet and less things happening and less noise and a bunch of things minting out of nowhere and pumping up. So today, I mean, Matt, obviously like had to have you, you know, good friend of ours, and there's the Now Pass, and then you guys gave a bunch of allow lists obviously for our holders, which is super cool. I know that this is going to run in our Discord as usual, but so talk to us about what's going on today for NFT Now. You guys been around for a minute. You know, you're another media brand in the space, a great one. You know, we've partnered with you guys for our big event, for a big announcement for the Corey Van Loo PFP announcement in Basel. You guys are obviously known to throw like the dopest events. The NFT Now 100 was great, especially that OSF and Mando were known as one person. Hell yeah. I'm serious. And I still want my infinite object, Matt.
Yo, the team is on it.
Us turning up as conjoined twins.
Let's go.
I'm gonna put it right there. And so talk to us, Matt, you know, co-founder of NFT Now, like talk to us about the Now Pass and what's going down today in your ecosystem.
100%. Yo, thank you guys and much love. Yes, Now Pass is the access pass to the NFT Now ecosystem, the Now network, and it is minting today. We just went live with the phase 1 allow list. That window goes until 2 p.m. At 2 p.m. Eastern time, goes to phase 2. That's where we have those community collabs, the pre-mint signups. Got a lot of Rug Radio community there. Really excited. So that's going to be at nowpass.xyz. And then if it goes to a public mint, that'll take place at 9 a.m. tomorrow, Friday the 24th. So we're going. It's dope. And excited to dig in. You know, it really is, you know, we're big believers that the Web2 media model is broken. That we can really pioneer a community-centric media model. And the Now Pass is really that first step. You know, it's really about being able to move beyond the like clickbait race to the bottom we got stuck in Web 2. It's about really being able to put our community front and center and be able to super serve them. You know, I think one of the things that we've seen in Web 3 is the power of community in terms of being able to directly engage and create value for the people who are showing up for you day in, day out. So there's a lot of really incredible mechanisms at play. Some really fire art, generative art from our CTO creative director, Aaron Baker, who's behind all the design we've done, you know, for the NFT 100, Gateway, et cetera. And some really dope dynamics at play, you know, rarity traits, unique attributes. And yeah, they're going to have some significance as well in everything that goes forward.
That's super cool. Speaking of which, I just minted 2, one for me and one for Vanessa.
Let's go.
Obviously, we're friends of you guys and big fans, and we love coming to your events. Actually, Vanessa was talking about you guys last night because of new NFT NYC, I guess.
Love that. We love Vanessa. You know we love Vanessa.
Yeah, no, hell yeah. So
she got her own seat at the dinner, right?
Pardon?
Didn't she get her own seat at the dinner?
She did, and you did it. That's crazy. Sorry, Mando.
Priorities.
You know why though? Because Vanessa's home. You know, she's homegirls with Aphrodite. That's the alpha.
That's
the alpha. But shout out to the ladies behind the scenes making it happen. That's for sure. And so, I mean, so I just minted my 2. I mean, big fan. Obviously, want to support you guys in everything you do. And JC just hit me up on text telling me that there's 400 spots available to Rug Radio holders. So if you're a Rug Radio holder, Faces of Web3, Membership Pass, or Genesis, head over to the Discord, verify. By the way, we have a ton of these all the time, but this is like they're granting us access to 400 of them. Of course, if you want to mint it, it's a 0.25 ETH price point for 2,750 supply. And it's really cool. So let's talk about it now. Like now that I minted it, right? And you say, you know, talk about join the community of leaders building the future of tokenized media and whatnot. Obviously, I'm a big fan of that stuff. You and I talk about the future of media pretty much every time we hang out together. And so tell us more. So what does that give you access to? Like, what is the purpose like of the Now Pass?
Yeah, 100%. It's really about being able to reward our community. So like, you know, there's a lot of amazing things in the works for the Now Network, which the Now Pass gets you access to. But like off the bat, exclusive access to our events, IRL, URL, across the board. We're like a first look at like information, insights, like exclusive data reports we're going to be putting together for the holders, which won't be available anywhere else. You know, private chats with industry leaders. You know, we'll be partnering with the communities in our network to make sure that our holders are getting allow list, you know, the top projects in the space. Where it really gets exciting and where it really gets interesting for Rogue beyond, you know, the normal kind of membership pass perks and the like is when we think about how we can really reward participation within our community. I always say that like Web3 rewards those who show up, right? It rewards people who participate. And so one of the things that you know really was sad to see in Web2 media is how it became like a one-way street. If you go to like any of these traditional publishers, you see their Twitter feeds and things like that. It's just them pushing out links to their audiences. There's no conversation. There's no discourse. They don't actually care what their communities. This isn't even a community. It's just an audience, what they think. And so we know there's a better way. We know that actually with tokenized media, it doesn't even have to be a one-way street. It's not even a two-way street. It's actually more like a roundabout where people can get together and communities can, and our community members can actually create value together. We've seen so many incredible things come out of different communities in terms of like organic kind of like sub-communities and projects. And we're here to support all of those. So one of the things that's really exciting is that like, you know, we see a future where, you know, media companies aren't actually just serving ads to their audiences, they're serving opportunities. And that's where it starts with us. And so we're building out this whole reward mechanism where you're going to be able to actually earn XP points in exchange for sharing NFT Now content, you know, engaging with NFT Now content, contributing to NFT Now. We're building out an incredible contributor and creator program where, you know, just by whatever your skill set is, you're going to be able to actually contribute to what we're doing and earn rewards for doing so. Another thing that's really exciting for Roke is like, you know, we're embracing the progressive decentralization model, where we're moving from being a more centralized media company to more decentralized, you know? And what's really cool is it's going to start with a bunch of like the content series that we do. So, you know, Next Up, which is our Rising Artist franchise, you know, we actually asked our community at the end of 2021, like, how can we serve you better? Which is something that most media companies don't do. You know, we're kind of in the exception, like, you know, for the rule there. And so it's like, we asked them and they were like, yo, you guys do a great job of covering established artists, but rising artists need love too. So we started Next Up. We were early to support a lot of artists like ACK, Drift, Diana Sinclair, all that. and it's been really special. But that process is still me and the editorial team coming together and saying, oh, we love these artists, let's select these artists. But we never wanted to be like the new gatekeepers of Web3 or anything. That's not what we got in. Like Web3 is all about moving beyond like the traditional gatekeeping and hierarchies and the like of Web2. So we're going to open that up to our community and actually empower our community to be able to vote and nominate artists and put it forward with token curated registries, these TCRs, which allow for really dope on-chain voting. And then we're building out within the Now Network's membership portal, we're going to be building out this whole like kind of specialized suite of products just to help different people succeed in Web3. We recognize that success in Web3 means different things to different people, right? Yeah. You got the creators, you got the collectors, you got the brands, you got the builders, you got people who are just curious about the space. So we're here for them, and we're building out what's almost like a choose your own adventure, where you'll be able to kind of select where you want to prioritize, what you want your experience to be. And the reason why we kept it, 2750 supply, 250 of those going to the treasury so that we can continue to like do a creator fund, help with community initiatives ongoing. We wanted to keep it relatively smaller because we wanted to really be able to ensure that we could super serve this community, that we could really show up for them. We didn't want it to feel diluted. And so this is that first step. Like one thing that's important to know that the Now Network won't be built overnight. It's going to be built over time. But like we're in this for the long haul, as you said. Like we've been in this space. We've been here for 2 years, building trust, building credibility. We wanted to do it right. We wanted to do it sustainable. And there's some really exciting shit in the works that I can't even speak to yet.
That's fucking sick. I mean, one thing you guys are good at for sure is throwing these IRL events and these experiences for people. That's for sure. When there's an NFT Now event, we all show up at every conference. That's for sure. I mean, I don't think I've missed one so far. It's always a good time. It's always really cool to be able to be part of this. Look, you're speaking my language, right? Like when you tell me, Farouk, like progressive decentralization, that's something we're working on. When you talk to me about a reward system through XP, I mean, us is we're talking about, you guys, like through points, like you're speaking my language. When you tell me, by the way, I'm sorry, ETH is at 1850. This is fucked. Keep talking, Matt.
Wild. I mean, it's clearly just NowPass, pushing things up. It's NowPass holding up the ecosystem. Those memes with Atlas and the world. It's like it's NowPass holding it up right here. I love it. But you love to see the green candles, right?
You just keep going, Matt.
Okay.
Don't stop speaking, Matt.
I will not stop speaking. I have plenty to talk about.
Keep talking, Matt.
So look, with NowPass, this is about taking that next step. This is about building the foundation of tokenized media. Look, technology has always pushed storytelling forward. You know this, Farouk. We went from the Gutenberg printing press to the print publications. We had, when digital came, media companies had to make that transition to digital websites. You know that when mobile launched, everyone suddenly had to, make sure that they were optimized for mobile. It's the first movers in technology that really maximize and retain and build, their brand equity, their influence. And so we know that tokenization and this technology represents that next step. It's so clear to us that it's the future. You know this. That's why you founded Rug Radio. And it's like, it's just so clear. This is the future. And we're really here to help usher it in.
No, I love that. I absolutely love that. And of course, we're seeing an invert Bart Simpson here per DB just tweeted that out. But dude, I think this is really cool. I'm a big fan of the future of like media, decentralized media is something we think about every day. I know you and I talk about it a lot behind the scenes. I'm really happy that you guys like made the jump into NFTs because like I think like it's really cool. You guys have really good stories and you have good like articles at all times, and you run a few Twitter spaces here and there as well. And obviously, again, like it's the event. So I'm assuming like having your NFT makes you just more part of your ecosystem. Like you have access to all the events and whatnot, like priority access. That what it's it's also like
exclusive access. Definitely it's that pro level. You know what I mean? It's that white glove. And I think one thing that's critical too to know, Farouk, is like we're not planning to do the Web 2 approach where like all of a sudden like there's a paywall on the content that you loved. Like we're always going to still show up for the community and still do the free and public facing guides and explainers and coverage for the community. This is about going one deeper, and this is about also us being able to share things that we can't necessarily share publicly. Obviously, leveraging our relationships, our network, the things that we're hearing, the things that we're knowing, being able to create value for our community. And look, as we build the future of tokenized media, as we start tokenizing a ton of the content that we're doing, all of the things we're doing with artists, with projects, etc., we're going to continue to like build those out and find exciting and creative ways to reward our community. You know, let's say, for example, we put an artist on the cover, the quote unquote digital cover of NFT Now, and that's a one of one, you know, that we auction off with revenue share or something. Then we have the artist do like a whole different series of that, which we can then up, you know, kind of like the blueprints, the behind the scenes, all that. We can have that, you know, airdrop to our token, to our NowPass holders. You know, there's so many creative ways that we can actually leverage tokenized media to reward our community for really showing up for us and taking that journey with us. So it's super exciting. And I want to make it clear, this is about being additive. This is about taking the next step. This is about going further. And you know, we're going to continue to show up for the community like we always do.
I love that. I see we have Austin Hurwitz from Doodles on the Twitter Spaces stage with the hands raised. Austin, what's up? Do you have a question for Matt? Or something to add? Oh, I can't hear Austin. Can you guys hear him? No, Austin, we don't hear you.
I can't hear him. I can't hear him.
No, Jazz, do you hear Austin? We don't hear people on the spaces right now. Just one second. Let me bring Jazz up on YouTube. Jazz, do you hear Austin?
Yeah, I hear everybody in spaces.
Yeah, for some reason, not today. We don't hear people on spaces.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Oh well, Austin, I can't hear you. I know the spaces people hear you. Damn it! So that doesn't work. I hope they didn't cut the little hack that we've been using to broadcast on spaces and have people up on spaces. I mean, yesterday on Rec Radio, you had people come up on the space and talk to you guys and through YouTube. It worked.
Yeah, it worked. I don't think it's
a today thing. Austin, try leaving and coming back. But we definitely don't hear people on spaces on YouTube. That sucks. Because I'm sure he had a great question. Okay, that's super cool. I love the fact that you say it's additive. I think that's the most important part. And I also am not a fan of the paywall things.
Yeah, no.
I'm all for tokenized media and everything. I think it's very important. But I think democratizing access to information is also our job.
100%.
People. So I really like doing this. So okay, so the NowPass is minting, and so the art was made in-house by
yeah. So our amazing CTO, creative director, Aaron Baker, his artist name is Nostalgic. He's super fire, and he's just like he snapped on the artwork. It's all fully generative, animated, has a lot of Easter eggs and exciting things in it too. Like, so we always like to say, Farouk, that like inside NFT Now, our mantra is like, be the signal in the noise, right? Because we know there's so much noise in the space, and it's about really being able to tell people like, what are the projects worth knowing? What's the credible information? Like, what's the information you need to know? All of that. And so this actually was inspired by the concept of being the signal in the noise. And the artwork has really evolved. It's been amazing. And if you go to like at the NowPass Twitter, you'll see that there's a bunch of like really dope videos that kind of showcase it. But we actually have some really crazy mechanics with it. Aaron keeps snapping on it, and you can actually like, there's actually a way for us to like beam in direct messages directly into the metadata. It's like the idea of like finding the signal in the noise. And there's like some really crazy dynamics at play. He keeps snapping, man. Like, I actually don't know when he sleeps, because at 4 a.m. he'll text me and be like, yo, bro, like, check this out. I just did something crazy. I'm like, holy shit, man. Like, this art just keeps getting crazier. And it's really dope, man. And like, the other thing too to know about Aaron is like, Aaron, as I said, like, he's the design guru behind everything with NFT 100 gateway design, all that. But also prior to joining NFT Now, he designed websites for a lot of the top artists in the space, including Ferocious. So he designed Fiwa World, the whole Fiwa website.
Wait, he's the one who had done the Fiwa World website? Because I remember we were working on that, and I love the website.
That's right, man. And he's one of those like unicorns, man. Because in addition to doing all the art, doing all the other creative side, he's also an amazing coder. He's the one who wrote the smart contract for the NowPass, and there's some really dope dynamics at play in there that we're excited to like really get into with our community. It was really important, man. Like, we came up in Clubhouse together. You remember like that whole journey? Like, we've been in it doing it, man. And it, like, for us, we didn't want to rush it. We wanted to like do this right. We wanted to do it sustainably. We wanted to like really bring innovation and a proper value prop to the table. And it's the NowPass, and it's the Now Network, and I'm really excited about it, man. You can learn more. Anyone who's listening, learn more at nowpass.xyz. On Twitter, it's at the NowPass. You'll see we have that verified as an affiliate of NFT Now, so don't fall for anything fake. And as mentioned, we're in the phase 1 allow list now. It was really important for us too. Like, we talk about rewarding people who show up. So like in rewarding participation, like, the phase one is all the people who've been rocking with us. It's the NFT 100. It's the next up. It's the artists and speakers who showed with us at the gateway. It's our day one POAP holders, the people who were with us in at the end of 2021 in our Discord, and beyond. And then, and I'm really excited, at 2 p.m. Eastern time is when it opens up to phase two. That's when we get the community collabs. That's when we get pre-mint. That's when the Rug Radio community can mint. And so I'm really excited, and they'll be able to mint up to 2 passes in phase two, because it was also important for us. We know, like, sometimes people want to get one for a friend, like you want to get one for Vanessa. Like, we want to give people that flexibility to be able to help people out and be inclusive, because the mission of NFT now has always been empower the creators of culture, move this technology from niche to mainstream, and part of the latter is about bringing new people in.
Boom. Quite the mic drop moment, Matt. Congratulations. Just one last thing. Someone said, any specific plans for Rug Video and Rect collabs?
Oh, you know we'll cook up something. You know we will. We love you guys. We love you guys. And like, that's why it was super important for me to make sure that Rug Radio Rec Guy had dope allocations for this. Like, I think and dude, we were so happy to have you at the gateway. It was really special. You were able to, announce the PFP project, the Faces of Web3 with us. Like, it's all love between us. And so definitely, I'm sure we're going to figure out some really dope shit to do together.
Hell yeah. We always figure it out. I mean, Ovi, Mando, I don't know if you had something to add before I move to our next guest today, but definitely want to give you guys.
Just minted mine as well. And like,
let's go. Let's go. We got Ovi on board.
Yeah.
Now we gotta get that Mando. I need that.
I'll mint it.
I need that hat trick. I need that hat trick.
He's the toughest one to crack, man.
I know, but I'm gonna work at him. I'm about to blow up those DMs. Come on.
I would say Ovi's like the softest one. Ovi's the softest one.
Ovi's the softest. He's the first domino to fall, right? He's the first domino. He's the canary in the coal mine, right?
To do anything is not.
I mean, he's usually the softest one but when you look at pictures like this, I mean, damn,
what?
Shit, dude. It says Ovi on 10% body fat.
10% body fat. 10% body fat.
10% body fat, dude.
That right there is the future of tokenized media, right?
Dude, you look at sheesh. If you were like this today, I'd say I believe your 10% body fat story.
Dog, I don't know how that has been memed. I don't know how that has been memed into oblivion, yo. Like that shit should be a meme. Oh, let's go.
It's definitely, but I mean, your brother next to you looks more jacked than you. Frankly, I would believe if he's 10% body fat. Is that the one where you fucked the guy up? Is that what was that box slide?
That's the one where he's dislocated his arm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice. He dislocated the guy's arm. But anyways, Matt.
Okay, it was me. It wasn't really that.
Oh man. Anyways, Matt Medved, co-founder of NFT Now. Definitely check him out. Definitely follow him. Big shout outs to Sam Heisel, of course, and Alejandro Navia, who are your co-founders. And best of luck for everything. I guess we'll see you next month in New York.
Yeah, let's go. 100%. Love you guys. As mentioned, nowpass.xyz live in phase one right now. Phase two kicks off 2 p.m. Eastern time, and then phase three, 9 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow for Friday. That's that public mint. Love it. Let's go.
It's almost like you're natural.
So not our first rodeo, right?
Yeah, I think it's not our first rodeo. Exactly. I heard you this morning. The portal was dope. All right, Matt. Thank you so much. Appreciate you
guys. Love you guys. Thank you for having me. All the love.
Anytime. Anytime. Wow. Yeah. That was fun. That was helpful. If the Joker Club, if the fam from the Joker Club is on, I mean, please, bottom left of the Twitter Spaces, please request to speak and join us on the stage, and we will get you right back up. Just, dude, have you guys seen the 15-minute chart on ETH? It's so funny. You guys, check this. I can't stop looking at it. Look at this. I mean, when Matt came and doubled down on the whole, like, he was talking about NFT Now and everything was just like, boom, shit just went like nuts. Like, shit just like went crazy. I mean, look at this thing. It just went straight up. It's the signal. It's the bit signal. Shout out to Balaji. I wonder how Bitcoin did. Hold on. Let's see real quick while I bring the Joker Club fam up on stage here. But wow, look at that. That's not bad if you ask me. This is reverse Bart Simpson. You absolutely love to see it. As we hit 100 streamers on YouTube, shout out to everybody. So stop. This is time for the code. I think it's time for the code. I definitely think it's time for the code. And by the way, everybody, I'm going to start fucking with y'all. I'm going to start giving the code at different times of the show. So maybe sometimes at the beginning, maybe sometimes at the end, maybe sometimes dead center. You make it, you make it, you don't make it, you don't make it. It's okay because you can make it tomorrow. But I'm trying to get more different people to get access to stubs. different people to have it be able to claim it, right? Because we have to want to have as many individual participants. Just FYI, now if you go to rug.fm/stubs, you can go directly to the fair. It directs you directly to the fair website. Makes it easier than me saying this. So rug.fm/stubs is the website. If you want a Rug Radio membership pass, a Genesis NFT, a DGens access pass, or a Corey Van Loo PFP, you're eligible to mint 1 free stub every day in the maximum of 101 per wallet. Chances are you're still going to get charged $1 today, but just like yesterday, you're going to get refunded until like the platform fees waived. There was just a little bug, so it's going to be removed. But just a heads up for everyone. And all that. So anyways, what's the code today, Jazzy boy? What's the code today? I think it's, hold on. I'm pretty sure I saw the code somewhere in one of the 15 billion chats that we have. Oh yeah. So yesterday's fee was reimbursed, and today the fee should no longer appear. So you should check it out. And today's code is free stub. FREESTUB. FREESTUB. If you go to rug.fm/stubs to mint 1 stub per wallet, no rush. No rush. No worries. There is some every day, maximum of 100 per show. But once you're done with that, go to rug.fm/rewards and go get your free Rug token, right? For listening to the show every single morning. And for that, you have to be a Rug Radio holder. So any of our NFTs, opt into the rewards program, sign the message just once. And from here forward, you go to claim code and you'll be able to claim your free Rug token and your free stubs. As usual, the code is free stub. I'm also going to put in the chat of YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, you usually may have like more chance to catch the password, because I'm just going to write it down. I never write it down before I say it, but I will definitely write it down now so that everybody could get it. And as usual, NF Toxicated, Lewis got it, Michael Panigas, LJS, free stub, Freetseed. It seems like you're getting the password incorrect every morning. I appreciate you. I think you're a very great contributor to the show, but I feel bad. So anyways, I'm really happy that the rest of the people are getting it. Boom. Hefner got it today. Hell yeah. He kept messing it up the last couple of days. It made me laugh. Already 45 or 100 claims. So free stub is the code. Remember to tune in live. And basically the way it's going to go, we're getting the stubs out of the way this week. So we wanted to get a week ahead for you guys to start collecting stubs. Monday, we present you the first artist. And on next Friday, that's when the first burn starts for this first piece of art. I've seen the artwork. It's fucking sick. I had a call yesterday night with KD, who's in charge of, the artist for stubs. And it's just the lineup, guys. Mando Ovi is fire. Or actually
it's fire.
It's super cool. And I'm pretty sure Ovi has one coming up in the next few weeks. So super excited, for the people that have been wanting to collect.
As he remembers.
As he remembers. He probably forgot. It's okay. He'll come up with something cool. Hopefully he immortalizes us. You should do like one of like a piece of like us three hosting the show, like as like rec guys. That would be fire. Anyways, not trying to tell you what to draw here. Maybe I'm trying to get immortalized in your pieces because you immortalized Machi before me. No offense taken, of course. But anyways, so definitely check it out. 100% minted. 100% minted for today's stub. So make sure you go and get your rewards for the thing. So for the Rug token. So super cool. R. Kramer said, I got it today. I realized I was claiming under the wrong NFT for this one. You see, fam. You see, on our end, everything's working smooth. I gotta say, since the first launch of Rug Radio, it's like one of the most seamless, like smooth things that I've had the chance to launch with people. So I think it's super cool, like how just things are going. We're very happy and excited. And of course, some artists may require more stubs down the line. So it's up to you to decide how many you want to get. You can get them on secondary market on OpenSea. Just make sure you get the real stubs, please. We're going to make sure we get that verified and everything. It's just that you can't under a certain volume. So once we reach the volume set by OpenSea, you will be able to get it. Waz, I'm going to help you out, I think, after the show. Reach out on the Discord. We'll try and troubleshoot with you because we want you to get some stubs for sure. Definitely. Some quick set says, my streak of claiming is over. He was on the Arbitrum network. While it was set on Arbitrum network. I've definitely made that mistake before where I did realize the network on my MetaMask was over. Anyways.
Oh, God.
No. Doesn't hop out. Definitely. But anyways, Anyways, anyways. So in other news for NFTs, Reddit. So actually, speaking of the Paris blockchain week, we're still hearing them.
No, they're gone.
What's that noise?
Joker Club's still on stage.
This is really confusing because on my stage it shows that nobody's left, and on I think Twitter is also down. Like I genuinely think Twitter.
I think we're good. We're good now.
OpenSea's down. I think Twitter's having issues. And there's definitely some stuff there. I mean, let's talk about Reddit NFTs for a second, and then I guess we're going to go off. I do have to go on the Wale show at noon. By the way, if you follow Wale, I'll be on a show in 15 minutes. I'm going right out of this one into this one. And then after that, back to the French Comptoir Web3 show, which is also probably going to be live from Paris Blockchain Week. But Mando, do you want to give us the TLDR on the Reddit NFTs?
Yeah, just that they're building a marketplace. I remember this was something that they was suspected for a long time, but I think they confirmed it at Paris Blockchain Week, which is quite a big deal. Remember, they've onboarded millions and millions of wallets. A lot of people who don't know they even own the NFT. So I think this is one of those ones where if they then build a marketplace, which is going to be native to Reddit itself, suddenly that will activate potentially a bunch of these wallets, which I think could be quite a big deal. But yeah, that's something that they announced. And then the only other thing is that I'm seeing now that the SEC is issuing a notice around crypto, basically saying that as a warning to crypto investors. SEC issues investor alert urging caution around crypto, citing assets may not comply with US laws. Now this seems like another one on the attack of the last 2 days about Coinbase and now this, but it is starting to feel very coordinated, the different things that are happening, right? Wells noticed to Coinbase, they shut down Signature, and there's been some talk about the fact that may have been more to do with the fact that they were just involved in crypto more than anything. And now they're issuing this alert urging caution around crypto, which makes
cautious, guys.
Well, I mean, what are they going to do? They're basically going to come out and basically say that they think that all these things are a security. They're about to lose the court case, I think, with Ripple. And it's just an interesting turn of events, really, particularly at the same time when the UK came out yesterday, and I think even Dubai came out today, or the UAE even came out today with crypto-friendly style regulation. It looks like, or at least frameworks. I think UK was a more broad regulatory framework, and Dubai, I think, is coming out with its own stablecoin. But yeah, just interesting to see like the difference between the US and the rest of the world over the last week. And Rao was even saying yesterday, this is a massive opportunity for a bunch of other countries, and he thinks they're going to try and grab it with both hands. Particularly the UK, he saw a lot of regulatory arbitrage there, but then a bunch of other countries might step in as well, particularly in Asia. It's
I didn't catch that last bit, but it's definitely interesting to see how the US keeps. I was thinking about this morning, following what I mean. I guess we could talk about Coinbase a little bit, right? And by the way, we're good. I spoke to the guest, so just come in tomorrow because we had no guest for tomorrow anyway, so I'll be fine. But so I guess there's definitely no service at the Louvre or the, but it's what was
maybe there is at the Louvre.
You know what's crazy? Did you guys see the response from Coinbase to the SEC? It was impressive.
It seems like, but the SEC. I was just saying they issued a notice about 15 minutes ago, urging caution for investors who've invested in crypto.
Urging caution. That's all they can do now. It's like urge caution, as if like people listen to them. It's actually pretty crazy. The people who are in crypto are not going to get out of crypto because the SEC urges caution. The people who are crypto for a reason, and it's probably because of the SEC. And if anything, I'm seeing from outside looking into the USA. First of all, I've never been so happy to be in Canada, even though it's gray and there's still light. There's literally freezing rain warning today. I sent that to Mando in the chat earlier, but it's crazy because it's almost like they're pushing everybody and all the brains out. And that's something Raoul Pal is pretty confident about London regaining that like financial status of the capital of the world status. I think he was talking to you guys about that yesterday, right? And then he tweeted that out as well again once he saw the news about because of this. But yeah, like even Fritz isn't bullish on ETH because of the SEC. If anything, like they're just making me more and more bullish on crypto. Like I feel like they're fighting it so hard that I've never had more conviction in my life that I'm at the right place. Do you guys feel that way sometimes when you look at all this stuff? I mean, you say if it's so good, it's so bad, it's good. I'm starting to really feel it, like on that level.
This feels slightly different. This feels slightly more worrying. I just don't think the SEC has really got the ability to win a lot of the cases that it's hoping to take, particularly if people start fighting them. Now, normally they just ask for settlements, but I think someone like Coinbase, for example, seems pretty clear that it's not going to go down the settlement route. It's going to try and fight this.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Brian Armstrong when they fight the SEC in Supreme Court, or like fight this. What's happening? Like, there's going to be a point in time where there's going to be a Supreme Court case around crypto, NFTs, and whatnot, and like there's definitely going to be something going down. I mean, yesterday the thread we're talking about was posted yesterday at 5:29 p.m. If you're curious, I really advise people to go read it. Honestly, if you're curious about the current like what's happening in your crypto ecosystem that you participate in every day, and what we're talking about now is actually it's actually pretty wild. I mean, he said today Coinbase received a Wells notice from the SEC focused on staking and asset listings. A Wells notice typically precedes an enforcement action. 2 years ago, the SEC reviewed our business in detail and approved Coinbase to go public. Our S1 clearly explained our asset listing process and included 57 references to staking. Coinbase runs a rigorous asset review process and has rejected more than 90% of assets that have applied to be listed on the platform. And so it's actually just wild to see this go down. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever like dealt with something in this case, but isn't it confusing how like literally Coinbase is a publicly traded company? Obviously, they had to go through SEC review and everything. Look, I don't know the process of becoming publicly listed, but I'm assuming this is true and that you have to go through this entire like rigorous process by the SEC. And now they're clapping back at them. I don't know. Something doesn't sit right here. Like there was this article.
It's clearly not fair. Like it's clearly not fair. But the world isn't fair. This is what I don't understand. It's almost like, oh, but we did everything right. Like, who cares? If the US government decides they want to shut down crypto, they don't care if it's not fair. They're just going to do it. So this idea of being right and wrong in this scenario, I know it might seem morally like Coinbase did everything it should have, and this is unjust, but clearly there's an agenda here, a much broader agenda than that. And it doesn't matter if you were playing fair if the other side with all the power just wants to shut you down anyway.
No, I get that. I get that. It's just like we asked SEC for reasonable crypto rules for Americans. We got legal threats instead. Like it's just like it's so like not demoralizing, because I don't think this is a demoralizing event. I think everybody should like use this to just keep going in a way, but like it's fucked up. Like, and I'm not the one to scream, oh, it's not there. I just think it's fucked up, man, though. Like they're literally like Brian Armstrong since 2012 has been genuinely trying to like build a legal framework around cryptocurrencies in America and to get some help. And we're 10 years later. And by the way, I have so much respect for him. Like this guy's like, whether we like people like Coinbase or not, this guy's like out there, frontline since 10 fucking years. And he's still standing. Like all the others came and went, and a lot of scammers came on, like the SBFs and the fucking Duquans of this world, the Mashinskis. And it's just so, it's so crazy. Like how, TLDR, today the SEC gave Coinbase a Wells notice regarding an undefined portion of our listed digital assets, our staking service, Coinbase Earn, Coinbase Prime, and Coinbase Wallet after a cursory investigation. They say they're prepared for this development, and that they're confident about the legality of their assets and services, but it's just crazy. They said, we welcome a legal process to provide the clarity we have been advocating for and to demonstrate that the SEC simply has not been fair or reasonable when it comes to its engagement on digital assets. So one thing they were talking about this morning, Nick and Peter, like, listen, like, this is just like a term thing. As long as certain people are in power, they're not going to want crypto to be part of the political agenda. And I guess we have to wait.
I don't know if it's maybe the Republicans are slightly more crypto friendly, but at the same time, I mean, we were literally on this show, and Balaji is screaming that Bitcoin is going to 1 million because the whole of US capitalism is about to fall down. And then we get upset that the SEC is now coming after crypto. It's like, guys, let's not be short-sighted here. It's very, very clear that some of the stated aims of people in crypto is to actually see the fall of the current monetary system. And then you're surprised that the SEC is coming after Coinbase. It's like, no, like, yeah, okay, they're playing within the rules, but clearly there is some butting of heads here. And yeah, they've done a really good job at trying to push forward crypto, but maybe the US government just doesn't want crypto. And I just think that you have to accept that these fights are going to happen whether they're fair or not. And you can play within the rules as much as you like and claim that you are. But if the US doesn't want crypto, the US won't have crypto, or at least we'll have much bigger regulations. It's one of the things that I've always thought about crypto, and this isn't like a super FUD, but like there is no way that crypto exists for the masses and doesn't have oversight in some way or another from regulatory bodies. There's just no way. And already that's coming with like KYC and exchanges being more tightly regulated, but there's just no way that you get mass adoption without this level of and people might be like, oh well, then I don't want to be in the US. And there's no doubt there will be friendlier jurisdictions to crypto, just in the same way there are friendlier tax jurisdictions around the world. But if you are based in the US and you're expecting to see mass adoption of crypto in the US, expect regulatory oversight, and probably a lot more than you'd like.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's just like another day. I think it's clearly the market didn't really react to this SEC cautionary notice either. ETH is still 1840.
It's the big question mark here, right? Bitcoin, it feels as though it's been stated a few times that they think it's a commodity, and there are a few of the other proof of work coins that instead of them going after them as a for regulation, they're going to go after the miners, right? They came out with a big tax for electricity used for Bitcoin. The other big proof of work coins are the old boomer coins that you probably don't really use, but things like Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash and the forks of Bitcoin essentially. But for proof of stake coins, it looks like they're going to try and maybe come after them on a regulatory issue. And the big question is, do they think ETH is a security? It seems as though Gary Gensler has definitely been promoting that. So
he thinks everything is security but Bitcoin.
Right. So there is a very high chance, in my opinion, that they try and come after ETH as a security. That's the battle. I think there is a chance that battle gets won by ETH, because this was a change in how it was created. Obviously, it used to be proof of work, and now it's moved to proof of stake. And proof of stake, I don't necessarily think makes anything security, but it might make the people who are offering staking services themselves as under the regulations, and it might make even stable coins under regulations. It looks like as a security, but ETH itself might not be. So that's the big question mark. But they can really come after anything they want if they want to shut it down. So maybe you own Bitcoin, maybe you own ETH on the idea that they're not going to call that a security because they think it's too big a fight, and they just go after the stable coins, or they just go after some of the other coins that Coinbase has offered. And the ETH battle is for another day, potentially. But yeah, again, all it makes me want to do is put more money into ETH and Bitcoin instead of everything else, because those are the two which I think are probably if they're about to lose the Ripple case, then Ripple is in the top 10, right? I think there's a chance that they probably wouldn't go after ETH given the funding that ETH would have for a court case like this, but they might go after a ton of different coins here.
Yeah. Guess we'll see. All right. Well, I guess that's it. And then on the last part, and then we're going to shut it down. It was cool to see yesterday this X copy go for 355 ETH, $600,000. So That went and ETH went up. So K-Row did good on that trade. But that was Kevin Rose. That was his copy piece. Sold to Curated. I love the name. They were bidding as final offer, no more ETH. That was the name. So yesterday, the Super bought final offer, no more ETH, bought for 300. I died laughing when I saw that. But it obviously happens to be Curated, who's been adding. They've been adding fucking crazy grails. They bought Deez's copy piece. They bought this. They bought a bunch of autoglyphs. They're the ones who bought that last autoglyph. They've been buying up. I think they have like 8 or 9 of them now. And they've been building an incredible vault. So there is, there's some people that are, see, look, they were just bidding. Look. They were bidding. It's pretty funny. I'm trying to zoom in for people on YouTube to check it out here, but it's like, it was just bidding. Final offer, no more ETH. And then every time it's up 10 ETH. 35, 345, 345.69, 355. So that was taken. I'm trying to find out how much K-Row had paid for this. Oh wow, he had paid 300 ETH. He bought it in 2022 for 300 ETH. In 2021, sorry. Interesting. And then before that, who was buying this up? Who owned it? OX Clips here. Wow. This piece was sold in November 17th, 2018 for 0.6 ETH, which was $100 at the time. That was 5 years ago.
Why is K-Row selling all this stuff still?
I don't know. Maybe after the...
I guess I can't really talk. Like we sold a bunch, but it's interesting to see that these are grails.
That's a big...
He lost a lot of money, didn't he? He got hacked for a lot, so...
Yeah,
he sold his zombie, right? Oh, he sold his...
The zombie. No, the zombie sold, yeah. For actually a flash sale in terms of zombies, like 800 something. The smiling zombie with the beanie was beautiful. I don't know, maybe because after losing that, I don't know. Especially after losing all the squiggles, I guess. But that's a really beautiful piece, man. It's 2018 X copy as well, right? November 18.
Yeah.
That's must be one of the first. That's old. Yeah. That's like fuck. That's an old X piece for sure.
Wait, who bought it? Curated,
yeah.
Andrew Yang, nice.
Yeah, Andrew Yang, yeah, they've been buying up all the art. They're literally like the memes. The institutions are coming to seize the memes. It's literally like this. It's literally, it is one of the, it has to be. Quickly before we shut down here, the first piece here was minted when? I keep forgetting. I keep checking. April 7th, 2018. So an 18X. I mean, that's definitely a mega grail. If for people who collect X copy there. So wow. Well, that's really cool. All right. Well, that wraps it up for today. Great show again. That was super fun. Too bad we had a little bug at some point during the show. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, it doesn't happen very often on the morning shows. Definitely apologize for that. But again, tune in tomorrow, same time, same place. You're going to be able to claim 100 more stubs. It's 100 stubs per day, right? And then the fun begins starting the end of next week. So start getting those stubs. There is a secondary market for stubs. And by the way, I saw people saying it doesn't show in their OpenSea. Same problem as like NFT now is having. Like OpenSea's been down. So you can go on LooksRare or any of the marketplaces. Your shit will show for sure. You'll be able to see it there. But anyways, with that, we'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for another episode of Gem Web 3 on Rug Radio. Let's go.
It's a beautiful day.
We don't have the outro thing yet. We'll have it tomorrow.
GM.
There you go.
On this beautiful
You get Mando
day.
singing for now.
Good morning to Web3 with Barocco, Sep, and Mando. Tuning live at 10:30, and it's all on Rug Radio. It's a beautiful day.
Show us the body fat.
Have a beautiful day. GM. Rug Radio.
And space and broadcast.